Students, welcome to ZimSIC Robotics Lab. With me, the Zim Science General. This is a series of videos where we cover combined science syllabus topics from Form 1 to Form 4. So watch this video to understand the following topic better. Today we are going to discuss a topic on introduction to laboratory apparatus. We are going to start by a tripod stand. A tripod stand is used to support substances being heated. Then we have a spirit burner, which is placed below the Benson, which is below the tripod stand as seen on the diagram. We can also use a Benson burner. A Benson burner or a spirit burner are used for heating substances. Then we place on top of the tripod stand a wire gauze. The purpose of a wire gauze is to produce a uniform or to distribute heat evenly. We have beakers. Beakers come in different types. They can be in plastic or glass. They are used for measuring liquid volumes or volumes of solid in powder form, and they also come in different sizes, starting with those which can measure small amounts to those which can measure bigger and bigger amounts or volumes. Measuring cylinders, they can be used to measure volumes of liquids. They are more accurate than beakers, and they also come as plastic or glass. A test tube rack can be wooden or plastic, and has small holes, each of which holds and supports one test tube in an upright position during experiments. We have the boiling tube, which is this one or this one. Boiling tubes are normally used in an experiment where a hot water bath is involved. A hot water bath usually involves a beaker with boiling water. Then you put this with maybe the substances that should be heated indirectly. Then we have stoppers, which are used to close. They can be used to close the boiling tube, or smaller ones will close the test tubes. And we also have the test tubes. Test tubes are used usually for mixing, heating, and storing substances. We have what is called a cork borer. A cork borer is used to make a hole through the cork. The cork can be made of rubber or can be wooden. So this one is no hole. There's no hole. Then when you want to make a hole, you use a borer to make that hole, screwing until you get through to the bottom. So this one has been bored by the cork borer. This one is what is called a retort stand. It provides structural support for various attachments. For example, you can attach a filter funnel when you are carrying an experiment like filtration. This is a tin can. It can be used for as a boiling water bath, to make a boiling water bath, or you can use for storing substances like seeds, or carrying something like soil powder, chalk powder, and etc. Petri dishes, they are used usually to hold specimens for observation and to grow cultures, say cultures of bacteria in biology, or to carry out small experiments. For example, when you want to test the presence of proteins in a food sample, you can use a petri dish. A pair of forceps is usually used when you want to peel off a thin layer, maybe for the microscope to observe the thin layer. So it is used to peel off layers of certain things. We have a pair of tongs. A pair of tongs is usually used when you want to hold things in position. Suppose you want to hold a beaker on maybe direct heat, so it is used to hold things in position. A spatula, which is this one, is used to add a few samples of a substance. For example, potassium permanganate. You want some few samples of potassium permanganate, then you use a spatula. That's the purpose of a spatula. Laboratory thermometer. This type of a laboratory thermometer is called an alcohol in glass thermometer, which is used to measure temperatures of substances being used in experiments. For example, when we heat the water, we can use a thermometer to record the temperature of the water being heated. And the thermometer also functions as a steering rod, because when you are recording the temperature of a liquid or something that is being heated, you don't let your bulb, that is the bottom end of the thermometer, touch the ground. It should not touch the ground. If it touches the ground, it will record the heat of the flame, so it should be suspended while steering constantly to uniformly distribute the heat. This is a digital or electronic balance. Its purpose is to measure the mass of anything that you want to find its mass. You can use an electronic or digital balance, and make sure that when you are using this experiment, you avoid what is called the zero error. Zero error occurs when the thermometer, when your digital balance or does not start at zero. So make sure that it starts at zero before you proceed to measure the mass of anything that you want to measure. A magnifying lens is also called a magnifying glass, and its purpose is to enlarge the image of an object. A spring balance is used to measure the force of a substance. Look, it has its units in newtons, so it is used to measure the force, which is usually the weight of a substance. An ammeter is used to measure electric current, and its units can be in amps or milliamps. So this one is in amps, so it is ranging from 0 to 5 amps. Then there is the voltmeter. The voltmeter is used to measure voltage, and its units are in volts. Voltmeter is a multi-purpose instrument which can be used to measure resistance. It can be used to measure resistance, can also used to measure current, and can also be used to measure voltage. So it's a multi-purpose instrument. Then we have a magnetic compass. A magnetic compass and the lead. The magnetic compass is an instrument which is used to find where your north is and your south is. It is used by scientists like pilots when they are traveling from, say, Europe to Africa. It is also used by captains, those who drive ships, and also by generals at war to locate the direction. Then this one is a magnet. Unfortunately, it's a circular magnet which was broken. So a magnet, they have a lot of functions in science. They are usually used to pick up magnetic substances. And finally, we have the Arduino robot kit. And the type of the robot is an obstacle avoiding robot with various components. We are going to discuss this on its own. The kit, we are going to discuss the kit on its own, but the kit is for making an obstacle avoiding robot with the breadboard, the battery source, then the electric motors, the wheels, then the chase, and the Arduino board, and etc. A stopwatch, which is usually used when you are carrying time-related experiments. A pin that is used, suppose you are carrying experiments, for example, to find the heat content of a ground nut. Obviously, you'll have to bend the ground nut. So for you to be able to do it, you use the pin. Thank you for watching this video. Please like, follow, and subscribe to our Facebook page and YouTube channel.